Welcome to the CiconePrince.com show starring your man, Cicone Prince. Cicone is an international recognized motivational speaker that focuses on personal development and leadership development. He does this through thought-provoking keynotes, life-changing books, and powerful group coaching sessions. Cicone is a transformational speaker, award-winning author, editor of a globally read online magazine, and conference host. Please welcome your host, Cicone Prince.
Welcome to the CiconePrince.com show. I'm your host, Cicone Prince. And this episode here is going to be life-changing because I have an opportunity to introduce you to one of the people that have made an impact in my life unlike anybody else. And listen, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time because I know his intro is going to speak for itself. So listen, I want you to check out his intro right now. Now you see why I'm so excited about our guest today. He is none other than the Dr. George C. Frazier, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Dr. Frazier?
Man, it is so good to be with you. I mean, I just love your whole presentation. You've always been a classy brother, but the way you comported this and produced this show, it's just an honor to be on and an honor to be asked. Thank you so much, my brother.
Well, I do appreciate you, and I thank you for your time. And I've talked about you on other episodes and about how the Power Networking Conference was really a catalyst for what I'm doing right now. You know, because it was back in 2012 when I had an opportunity to be a part of a quick pitch business Olympics. And I've shown that video on other episodes, and for those who missed it, you can go back and check those out. But I'm telling you, the Power Networking Conference was the thing that really started my career in public speaking. So, Dr. Frazier, I want to ask you, what is it that you have done to develop yourself? What have you done over the years to help bring you to the point that you are right now?
Wow, that's a great question. That's a deep question. But let me start by saying, I'm going to make a sort of an editorial statement, if you will. You know, the only way that we can live is if we grow. And the only way that we can grow is if we change. Right. And the only way that we can change is if we learn, right? And the only way that we can learn is if we are exposed. And the only way that we can become exposed is if we throw ourselves out into the open. That we're open to everything, attached to nothing, the best idea wins. And you have to have that kind of mindset. if you're going to be excellent. Either you're excellent or you are invisible. This is especially important for people of African descent. So that's A. B, you will always miss what you aren't trained to see. That's why we have the Power Networking Conference. Let me say that again. You will always miss what you aren't trained to see.
Right.
And it's not a sign of a lack of intelligence or a lack of awareness or a lack of skill, although you could attribute it to a lack of skill. But it's a lack of skill of not knowing what you're looking for.
Right.
Okay. So you or I, if we know what we are looking for, we will find it every single time. As I've seen you find it every single time. I found it every single time because I knew what I was looking for.
Right.
That's why I believe, Cicone, that in reading and training events, that's why we put on the Power Networking Conference. This is our 20th anniversary. It's a training event. That's why I believe, of course, in learning and growing and having voices around you, right? That's also why I believe in counseling and having coaches and mentors, and I've had them throughout my 76 years of life, because you cannot figure out how to navigate life alone. It's just not possible. Life is very complicated, and the more we have other individuals in our lives to help us, they help to open our eyes so that we can see the problem correctly and solve the problem. And when we do that, we will all have a better life. This is what personal growth and development, constant never-ending improvement, and lifelong learning is all about. Now, part 3 of that question, which is a great question, and this is a deep part.
Okay.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing. I've observed you over the years. You have a lot of passion for what you're doing, Cicone.
Right.
And that's totally true. You have to.
Yes.
And the reason is because what you're doing and what I'm doing, really, if you unpack it, is so hard. It's hard that if you don't love it, any rational person would just simply give up.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, would give up. And it's really hard. And you have to do it over and over and sustain it for a long period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it,
right,
you're going to give up on it. So you've got to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
And these are the lessons we try to teach our brothers and sisters at the Power Networking Conference. How to be mentally strong, what to look for,
right,
how to lead. You know, the 1,500 people that come to the conference, the virtual is coming up August the 11th through the 14th. The live is coming next year. It'll be our first live conference. It'll be our 21st anniversary. It'll be our first live Power Networking Conference in 3 years.
Wow.
So outstanding leaders, and this is what we're training. We're training leaders. Outstanding leaders go out of their way to boost the self-esteem of the people around them and the people that work with them.
Yes.
If people believe in themselves, it's amazing what they can accomplish. And this is what great leaders do. They help people to believe in themselves, and they give credit away. It's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. And that's what great leaders do. And the secret of giving all the credit away is, in spite of the fact that you give it all the way, or you give it all away, it really always comes back to you.
Right.
So this is what we're training. We're training great leaders. We're training people to have the stick-to-itness and the passion and the love for what they're doing so that they can do it over and over and over and sustain it over a period of time, right? So we want leaders and we need leaders. They say, you know, if the fish stinks, look to the head. What's going on in Black America? Why are we going backwards? Well, it's leadership, it's leadership, it's leadership. We need leadership in business development and wealth creation. That's what we need, right? We have leadership in social and civic and the political realm. Right. Now we need brothers and sisters like you to stand up and help us to understand how we must close the income and wealth gap, how we must lead our people to the promised land. And a good leader inspires people to have confidence. Well, let me say it this way. A good leader inspires people to have confidence in the leader. But a great leader inspires people to have confidence in themselves. Yes. Let me say that a different way. You don't build a business, you build people. Right. And people build the business. And great leaders know that. And this is what we teach at the Power Networking Conference, because leaders come, top Black professionals, business owners, and community leaders for 20 years. The best speakers on the planet have participated in the Power Networking Conference over the last 20 years. You have been one of them, right? Yes, so how do you know that you've become a true leader? It's really simple. Number one, you don't try to be right. You just try to be clear.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that because somebody missed that.
Right. We say that for the people in the back. You don't try to be right. You just want to be clear. Effective communications, the ability to speak and to write and to effectively communicate and to inspire and to train and to guide people. All right. To be the penultimate mentor and coach. That's a great leader. What's number two? Thing that you'll know if you are a great leader. You never try to have the last word. Right? You never try to have the last. Listen, pause, and then respond. Right? You don't hire great people. Stephen Jobs said this. You don't hire great people and tell them what to do. Right? You hire great people and then allow them to do it. What a leader does is inspires them to maximize their full human potential. That's what great leaders do. And finally, great leaders, the third thing is you no longer try to show that it's your idea. You empower other people to own the idea. That's really what you're trying to do. You're not trying to take credit for the idea. You want your people to own the idea so that they will take credit for it. They will be inspired by it, right? And they will do it at the highest levels. That's when you know that you are a true leader. You are a true leader. Brother Bedford is a true leader. Yes. And we can go on and on and on of the brothers and sisters that have been with us at the Power Networking Conference, who are in fact great leaders, have incredible subject matter expertise, do not deal in any way with mediocrity, right? We can't be mediocre. Black people cannot be mediocre. My mother taught me many years ago. She said, Georgie boy, if you're Black and mediocre in America, you better leave because you're going to be marginalized and you're ultimately going to be destroyed. We have to be excellent. We have to be gangster. And at Fraser Nation, we have redefined the word gangster, right? Gangster no longer means thug life. Gangster means Black exceptionalism, Black excellence. So when I roll up on you, Cicone, and I say gangster, baby, gangster, that means that you have done something exceptional. And so we have to be gangster, but we have to teach our people. We have to model the behavior that we expect from our people in being exceptional and being excellent. And is this kind of program, what you're modeling is excellence, the way you look, the way you comport yourself, the questions that you ask, the things that you say, right? You are gangster. right? And you're modeling that behavior, and this is what you expect from your audience and those who are trying to be leaders, those who are trying to be entrepreneurs, those who are trying to be top Black professionals, heading for the C-suites. This is what you represent. This is why I'm on your show. I get 15 requests a week to do shows, right? But you are a model of what I think is necessary. And it is this kind of model that is going to take us where we belong.
Right. Well, I know you mentioned that you had an offer for the Power Networking Conference, those who wanted to attend. So I want to give you an opportunity to share that even now.
Yeah. We're going to do a virtual August the 11th through the 14th. I'm very, very excited. Excited about it. We won an award for our first virtual conference last year when we had to postpone it because of the COVID. Right. We won a major award, best in class, conference class. So it's an awesome production, first class production, August the 11th through the 14th. We have some of the best presenters, some of the best trainers, some of the best coaches. We get free coaching classes. Boyce Watkins will be with us. Ambassador Andrew Young will be with us. Dr. Randall Pinkett will be with us. Even Philip Bailey, one of the co-founders of Earth, Wind, and Fire, will be with us. It's like a variety show, only it's related to business, money, and wellness. Those are the only three topics that we cover at the Power Networking Conference, right? Growing and developing our business, right? And building our wealth and overcoming some of the bad, financial illiteracy habits that we have, where we are addicted to instant gratification versus delayed gratification. So, and it just goes on and on. So if you want to learn how to better manage and invest your money, you're going to meet some of the smartest people in the most important financial sectors in the world, to include crypto. We got the very famous Raghu Gary, who started with $400 in the crypto space a year ago and now has $10 million. We're going to be talking about real estate. We're going to be talking about all of the things, and business development, obviously, right? All of the things that we must engage in, if we're going to grow. So they're going to be typically about 2,500 people virtually from all over the world. There'll be over 50 speakers, 50 workshops. We'll even have our own booth space, right? There'll be over 30 interactive, what we call power suites, where you can go and meet people. It's going to be one amazing experience, a place where you can meet new friends. You will have new feelings. You'll develop a new you. You'll leave those fears, let's say. We'll leave those frustrations, and you'll leave those old worn-out paths behind. Spend 4 days with us. 4 days from 12 noon to 6:30 in the evening, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, August the 11th through the 14th. Learn how to connect the dots, which is fundamentally what we must do. Nobody's going to save us but us. Right? Been 400 years and we have not been saved, and we can do this, and we will do this, and we must do this, and we can do this. And so learn how to do it. Join us at the Power Networking Conference. And I know you're going to show our what we call it, our welcome video to the conference.
Yes, sir.
I'm very proud of it. And I thank you so much for the time that you've given me to express my feelings about why people ought to be there, and the need for them to show up and show out, and to build new relationships and meet new people virtually, as well as plan to come to the conference live next year in Houston, Texas. And I want to make a special offer. Can I make a special offer for the live conference next year in Houston, August 3rd through the 6th, and the virtual coming up August the 11th through the 14th, right? So this is a limited time. This is especially for your audience. If you go on the PowerNetworkingConference.com site, www.PowerNetworkingConference.com, you'll see the entire faculty of the virtual conference coming up.
Right.
You'll also see that you can register not only for the virtual, but you can also register for the live conference next year, which is almost sold out, believe it or not. We're going to be chomping at the bits to come back live together, right, by next year. That's for sure. So an adult registration to the live for next year is $1,500, and a student registration is $800, and you should come with the young person. We should be meeting and have all of our, certainly business conferences with our young people sitting at the feet of masters. So we encourage you to bring your child or someone that you're coaching or mentoring. So that package for one adult and one young person, 17 to 25, is $2,300. The virtual conference is $300. That's coming up right now. That's a $2,600 package for both now and next year. I'm going to take $2,000 off of that. You can get both now and next year live in Houston, Texas, August the 3rd through the 6th for $599. That's a $2,000 discount. Okay. Now you have to get that through me. You cannot go on the PowerNetworkingConference.com website and get that deal. You have to get it through me. You have to email me at gfraser@frasernet.com. That's gfraser@frasernet.com. Okay. In the subject line, put "I'm in." In the body of the email, just put your full name and your cell number, your full name and your cell number, your full name and the cell number, and email it to me at gfraser, Fraser, you see it on the screen, gfraser@frasernet.com. That's one word, FraserNet, gfraser@frasernet.com. I will personally call you and we will handle our business over the phone.
Yes, sir.
So that's my offer. Take advantage of that offer. It's for a limited time. And I just can't say, man, how much I appreciate you, the incredible work that you're doing, the gifts that you have, that you share so generously with our people. And it's brothers like you that will make the absolute difference in the 21st century for our people. And may God think in abundance, Cicone, when he blesses you.
Well, Dr. Fraser, those words mean so much to me, and I thank you for them even now. Listen, our time is gone, but I wanted to make sure that we had enough time to share with you one of the people that has made a huge impact in my life. And that's none other than Dr. George C. Fraser. So listen, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
I prepared a chart. This chart to me represents beautiful, educated, moneyed black people all over America. And what you will notice about these beautiful black people all over America is that everybody is doing their own thing, caught up in a Eurocentric value of rugged individualism, having forgotten that it takes a village to raise a child. There is no power here, brothers and sisters. There is no power here. There is no power with us being disconnected. See, there's nothing wrong with dispersion. I live in Cleveland, you live in Atlanta. We have folk in the Caribbean, we have folk in Africa. That's dispersion. That's okay, but we do not have to be disconnected. We are a disconnected people. We are powerless in disconnection. Where all the power is. You see? This is where all the power is. Whether you are at the center of of your own network or part of someone else's network, this is where the power is.
And that is George Frazier. I don't take lightly what he has done to illuminate our consciousness.
Power is most effective concentrated. I don't care what it is that you want to do, what profession you want to engage in, what business you want to get into. I can introduce you to brothers and sisters all over America. They are doing it to death. You just don't know who they are. You are disconnected from them. You are disconnected from them. There is no power in disconnection.
There is no conference that covers those three topics comprehensively and gives people the biggest bang for their buck.
When we connect, we prevent interlopers from coming into our communities and taking and destroying at will. Try to open up the Booker T. Washington delicatessen in Chinatown and see what happens. So we must connect. We must connect the dots. That must be the movement for our people. Beautiful African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. When spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. When spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. That must be the movement for our people in the 21st century.
Man, what an incredible interview with Dr. Frazier. Listen, I know we don't have that much time, but I just wanted to thank him again for agreeing to be on our show. And listen, you want to tune in next week because our guest is going to be even fire than this one was. And I know that's hard to imagine, but it is. Hey, listen, we'll see you next week. God bless. Bye.